to New Zealand versus France. Group B action as two teams looking to go top of the table in Group B, as already has been dispatched the Philippines on this group, as both these teams, New Zealand and France, came up with victories against the home side, much to the chagrin of locals around here in the capital of the Philippines. We saw Senegal just come up short against Turkey early on, 68-62, 6 points after their 3-point loss to Canada the night before. This is the top of the game, top of the night game, New Zealand versus France. Somebody will come top of the group with a victory, but both teams heading for the semifinals on Saturday. With me is the wizard of the commentary microphone, Liam Canny. Take over, Liam.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Manila in this Group B clash here between New Zealand and France. This is for the top of the heap. You can see right now both France and New Zealand come into tonight's game with wins over the Philippines. And so whoever wins this one will finish in the top of Group B, and they will draw in the crossovers, the teams we saw before us. They will draw Turkey. The loser will draw Canada. You get a look at the French fans here who are coming to support Les Bleus. France currently ranked 5th in the world. They've qualified to be here by finishing in bronze medal position in the 2015 European Championships known as Eurobasket in France. A big shout there for the French players as they make their way onto the floor.
Number 13, team captain, Boris Diaw.
There's Boris Diaw, the team captain. These two teams have met on 2 occasions in head-to-head. They have shared the honors. Each team has won once. First meeting back in 2000, the Olympics in Sydney, France won. But more recently, as you look at Tony Parker in the 2010 World Cup in Turkey, New Zealand won by a score of 82-70. Thomas Abercrombie and Mika Vukona of the Tall Blacks played in that game. And the Tall Blacks will make their way onto the floor now. They wear the white tonight. There's the captain, Vukona. And I asked Vukona before this game, after their shoot-around, Mick, did that game in 2010 give you any confidence? He says, you know, not a lot. It was years ago. We kind of wiped it out. But at least we know that we can play against top-quality opposition. And Corey Webster, he said, is looking very much forward to the clash with the 2 quality guards from France.
Number 20, Jordan Ngatai.
Well, the teams are on the floor. There's Coach Paul Henare, the head coach of the Tall Black team, and the New Zealand fans are here. We're going to pause here in the Mall of Asia Arena, rise to our feet, and honor the national anthems of New Zealand and France.
The national anthem of France. Please remain standing for the national anthem of New Zealand. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of New Zealand.
apologies to the fans from New Zealand who are watching us. New Zealand's national anthem, known as God Do Defend New Zealand, was written as a poem in the 1870s by Irish-born immigrant Thomas Bracken. You first heard a few bars from O Canada, and whoever loses this game tonight will draw Canada in the crossovers. You can look at the combined officiating crew here this evening from Australia, Italy, and Greece, respectively. Mick, we're about to see one of the great sporting spectacles here as the Tall Blacks get ready to throw the challenge to the French with the Haka. Mick have responded in the perfect way. They stood shoulder to shoulder and looked eyeball to eyeball with the New Zealanders. The Haka, of course, is a challenge to the opposition in advance of the game tonight. There is Nicolas Batum. We'll see if he plays tonight. He's lined out. I had a chance to chat to Coach Collet. He said we're waiting for his new contract to be validated, and if it is, of course, Batum signed with the Charlotte Hornets. If it is, then Batum will play. I think, Mick, we're looking forward to the encounter between the two guards in both of these teams. As you look at the French lineup, their two top guards, of course, are Tony Parker and Nando De Colo, coming off a fantastic season in Europe this year.
Well, if you look at that lineup there, it's a star-studded lineup, and you haven't got to look far to find points production, as you said, Liam. De Colo and Parker, 48 points between them in game one against the Philippines. They'll line up with the 1-2 punch of those two players at the guard. Diao, obviously the unsung hero, and watch out for his production tonight. Whoever can guard Boris Diao may control the game. And the big bounce of Geoffrey Levain inside as well. They've got a good combination, the French of bigs, Levain, Tilly, and Adrien Merman. As for New Zealand, we like Ty Webster, the younger brother, 7 years between him and his older brother, Corey Webster. Father was an ex-player at the University of Hawaii, setting all sorts of records in his time. And the Webster boys will start. Mika Vokona, Thomas Abercrombie, who played a wonderful game last night, especially the fourth quarter. Isaac Fotu as well, who provides much bounce and much body, who will have to be in. I think he'll be employed quite heavily tonight against the French bigs. Well,
Abercrombie had 13 points in New Zealand's win last night. You get a look at the matchup that we're identifying here. It's Nando De Colo on the right, Mick, and Corey Webster on the left.
Yeah, Webster, interesting. Look at the numbers there. The 0 rebounds and 0 assists. You've got to work hard to play 30 minutes of basketball and not get a rebound come your way, even an assist. But 23 points for the Kiwi. And it was a fine performance. 3 of 8 from the three-point line. A fine shooter is Webster. Collet there, the master behind French basketball for many, many years now. There is talk of him stepping aside, having been worked summer after summer, and of course with the club team back in France as well. There must be something in the back of his mind that maybe the Olympics might be his last one. You never know.
Well, Vincent Collet took helm of the French team back in 2009 in the Eurobasket, and he has plenty of medals in his trophy cabinet as home. As you look at Coach Paul Hanare, Vincent Collet, Eurobasket 2011 silver in Lithuania, 2013 gold in Slovenia, and then most recently 2014 the World Cup. The French took a bronze medal. They qualified to be here by winning the bronze in the European Championships at home last year. So if he does step aside, Vincent Collet, he'll break a lot of French hearts. As will that man there, Tony Parker, who will retire from playing for France at some stage, but he's looking forward to trying to get the team to the Olympics. Well, a very warm welcome to anyone who's just joining our telecast. That is Luigi LaMonica with the basketball. He'll step into the center circle. Welcome to Manila. We're underway here in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament of 2016 as the Tall Blacks of New Zealand square off against Les Bleus of France. Man-to-man defense from New Zealand in the white uniforms. Les Bleus in the blue. Here's Diao. DeColo on the perimeter. He's contested by Corey Webster. Lovern with the easy putback. And Nick, he had 10 points for France in their win the other night over the Philippines.
Isaac Fotu just took an elbow to the throat there. He walked away very gingerly. I think Lovern must have caught him. Will be a problem for New Zealanders right now, rebounding this game.
Fotu goes strong to the rim. Well, he's recovered from his injury, and he's opened his scoring account.
He's still just touching that throat. It's always a sensitive area of the throat.
Nice bounce pass inside to Lovern. Kicks to Kahudi. And Kahudi runs into Thomas Abercrombie, who's doing the dirty work for New Zealand.
You know what, Kahudi didn't spot the defense at all, did he? He had the jump shot. Abercrombie was giving up the jump shot. Closes out for the drive, really, more than anything. Good defense from the man that really was instrumental in turning that game last night.
Abercrombie had some timely baskets in the fourth quarter for the Tall Blacks. This man here, Ty Webster, performed extremely well. Had a double-double with points and rebounds. He did the rebounding for his brother. Ty had 11 rebounds. Fotu down the lane. The teardrop won't fall. Bukona with the rebound. He can't score.
And tough luck from Bukona. You're only going to get one opportunity at his height, really, under there. One offensive rebound.
Where's Diao showing some mobility and some agility as Diao strolls down Main Street and lays it up and in.
You catch the ball with your body going one way and straight away you change direction without even the ball touching your hand for a split second. Excellent work from Diao.
New Zealanders so fluent in their half-court offense.
That's what really impressed me yesterday, the speed with which they move off the ball.
Plenty of backdoor cuts against the Philippines. Webster spots up for the three and knocks it down. He picks up exactly where he left off against the Philippines.
He had 2 quiet years at Nebraska where he didn't average many points, but 10 points a game last year. He go back for his senior year this year. Diao again.
Diao with another score for France inside. Webster had 25 points to tie to help New Zealand with their win against the Philippines. Abercrombie in the corner. That's off the mark. Diao had it momentarily. Stripped. Fotu, he can't finish. Loose ball in the hands of Kahudi to DeColo. Lovern wanted the alley-oop, didn't get it. Kahudi with the three. That's wayward. Good tempo to this game early on.
Sorry, a poor choice of shots there from Kahudi. Got layup to Lovern. They settled for a three.
Pass to Bukona a little bit late. Little baby jump shot from Abercrombie. That falls softly off the rim. Both teams struggling to find their form.
Kazabi touched the areas. Settle things down the Tony Parker way.
Oh, he bisects the double team!
Vintage Tony Parker.
Fotu to Abercrombie. He can finish. Misses.
A little bit of a nudge he went through. Referees weren't interested.
Real jumping jack is Abercrombie. Lovern from the corner. That rattles home. And France are off to an electric start right now. They've got the Tall Blacks doubled up at 10-5.
Nico Batum straight off the bench. Polite applause from his teammate.
Here's Corey Webster. Can he open his scoring? No. Bukona with another offensive rebound. The foul here on Boris Diao.
I'm not sure Diao didn't even get off the floor. I'm not sure what the referee saw. Probably a little hole, the reach around foul.
There's Coach Collet.
It's a blistering pace to start this game, that's for sure. Going back to Tony Parker, Liam, there's always a period in the game when it becomes Tony Parker time, and he just takes the game over.
Ty Webster runs into a double team. Now he's a mismatch with Diao. That's a wayward pass. Shot clock running down. Corey Webster to Vukona, and it rims out. So that's twice now that Mika Vukona has missed easy shots inside. DeColo in the corner, guarded by Abercrombie. Tries to get a pass inside to Laverne. And a foul here against Ty Webster.
Yeah, the mismatch, they were trying to work for it. Parker looked at it, and as soon as it went to DeColo, Laverne just came trucking over.
You know, Mick, I mentioned that 2010 game to Coach Collet at the end of their shoot-around today, and he said, you know, that game was a disaster for us. We remember it. Abercrombie, as I mentioned, for the Tall Blacks was there, Vukona was there, and Collet remembers. So France want to try and settle the score with a win tonight. Last off of a blue foot, I think it was Diao who got the last touch. Shrug of the shoulders from Boris as he comes back. You know, he played 35 minutes in the win against the Philippines.
Yeah, credit to the Philippines. 6 players on the court right now played 30 minutes, 3 for each team. And that's how hard that Philippine team played those last 2 nights.
Shea Illy in the game for the Tall Blacks. Robert Lowe skips to Abercrombie. He's in space. New Zealand are getting good licks, Mick. They just can't make shots right now.
Yeah, he's come up short twice. Abercrombie just needs to settle down. He had a slow start yesterday as well.
Parker with a turnover. We were impressed as Shea Illy picks up the loose ball, Mick. We were very impressed with the on-the-ball defense of Shea Illy as he guarded Jason Castro, the point guard for the Philippines.
Incredible quickness. You know, you don't find it many places in the world, do you? It's ooh and an ah every time something happens that is a bit out of the ordinary, especially when it's Tony Parker involved. The crowd are very, very knowledgeable here.
Oh, good defense by DeColo. He's not rewarded with a charge call, but he played terrific defense. Shot clock at 5. Webster into Fotu. Fotu, can he get a handle on him? He does! Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Isaac Fotu with the deuce.
Well, he was scrambling around on the floor. The French defense was all over him. Kim Tilly set to come in the game. Laverne will be taking a break, I would think.
Diao wants it in the mid-post to Laverne. Laverne lines up a 3. That's off the back of the rim. Don't blink, you'll miss it. Shea Illy's got it. And he scores over Tony Parker.
That's called a little leaner, isn't it?
A little floater, I call that.
He wasn't a stop and pop, that's for sure.
He'll be texting his buddies tonight. Scored a deuce over Tony Parker. Watch the Twitter feed.
That's not a score on Parker, though, is it really? Come on.
He scored over Tony Parker.
That's you score on Parker. You go one-on-one, you put it through your legs once, cross over. Come on the break.
You're tough to please.
Here's the fadeaway from Isaac Fotu. Off the backboard. Count it, baby.
New Zealand are hanging in there, and I think if you're New Zealand, Mick, you know, you just want to hang around, stay close, and then see if you can nick it at the end. Grow in confidence and stature as the game goes on. Again, I spoke to Mika Vukona after their shoot-around and said, you know, what's your frame of mind going into this? You're through to the semis. You're playing with house money. How are you going to play? He says, we're going to play like our lives depend on it. It's the only way we know how to play.
I agree. I just don't think there's any way these guys would play any different.
Webster alters his shot. Air ball. Well, Shea Illy blocks the path of Parker. Shea Illy providing some hard-nosed defense.
Typical Parker. Not even turned to the referee for a call. He knows he got hit. Yeah, at some point, Collet might just drag him out. Give him a rest his first quarter.
Look at Illy. Parker turns on him.
And you know, Illy did so well to stop Parker going one way, but how quickly does he turn on just turns a pirouette on nothing. And all of a sudden, Illy's in his wake. Here he goes, little reach. Illy's just left for Vukona, can't get over enough. Good call for the Monica.
Foul there on Mika Vukona. It's Tony Parker, who was with the squad when they went to the Olympics the last time in 2012 in London. They finished in 6th place.
Put some good numbers together in the Olympics. 15 points a game, I think, for the French, losing to the Spanish in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, and again, I spoke to Collet about that. I said, where do the Olympics rate for you? You know, he's won Eurobaskets and he's come third in the World Cup. He says the Olympics is the premier. And with this generation of players, we want to get to the medal round. We were close in 2012. We want to try and get a medal with this group. Right now, they got to try and get a win right here. Webster, that's a deep three. Off the back of the rim. DeColo chases down a long rebound. And Robert Lowe with the tactical foul.
Yeah, I think it's a good point, too. You know, the silver medal in 2000 is a distant memory for some French fans to go back. And that would cap Collet's career off as a French head coach, I think, getting a medal at the upcoming Olympics. You remember that game in London? That was a very feisty game between two teams that have enjoyed many battles over the years.
Great rivalry between France and Spain and the Eurobaskets through the years. Parker in space. Let's fly with a three. Short. The opponent's going to call for a travel here as he tried to sweep and go by Kim Tilly.
I'll tell you what, you don't find many harder workers than Mika Vicona on the floor, that's for sure. And he deserves a little bit more luck right now. He's had two good looks at the bucket. That was a tough call, going baseline there.
DeColo, look away pass to Tilly. Tilly goes at Robert Lowe.
Travel. Referees don't like the spin moves at all.
New Zealand have brought, as you look at Kim Tilly, New Zealand have brought Jordan Natai onto the floor. Didn't get any minutes against the Philippines. And on the floor now, here he is with a touch, number 20. Webster, that's a tough pass from Vicona to catch. In fact, he doesn't catch it. Smart foul by Shea Illy, although it is the 5th team foul against New Zealand. So Tony Parker will step to the line to shoot it twice.
I think bringing Natai into the game is an element of this being house money game, as you talked about, Liam. Give some guys some runs, give them some minutes on the floor.
And Collet said the same thing. He said, look, we want to win this game, but we want to win it with getting everybody involved. I do not want Boris Diaw to play 35 minutes again. I want to get everybody involved and try still to secure the win. Well, the scoreboard above us is incorrect. It said that New Zealand were in the penalty. It's their 4th team foul, so it's possession for France. Under 2 minutes to play here now in this opening stanza. Diaw spins baseline.
He just
stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, just spun without the space needed. It's a difficult pick and roll to really guard when you 3 players on the baseline, you pick and pop on the top. Who gets the recover? We saw this yesterday with the New Zealanders running it against the Philippine team.
Vicona trying to break down Tilly, top of the key. Here's Webster. Good defense by France. Hertel in the game for Les Bleus. Mikel Gelebal in the game for France. Webster's going to try and guard Gelebal. Gelebal's baby jump shot off the mark. Vicona with the rebound. He's a warrior, is Mika Vicona. I think Vicona might have bought this foul here against Kim Tilly.
Yeah, Gelebal's just coming over to talk to the referee to sort of plead his innocence. Suddenly you spot it there as Shea Illy goes to the bench, but Shea Illy put a crossover move on that far side on Thomas Hertel. Oh, it's on.
That's Tilly with the foul there.
Diaw up to the left of your screen, yeah. The foul's to the right of the screen. Well, Mika Vicona will get a chance to get some points from the free throw line here.
When it misses the first. Well, France are ranked 5th in the world. New Zealand are ranked 21st in the world. Pretty gap in standings, but those go out the window, don't they, Mick? Once you look eyeball to eyeball with each other and play on the hardwood.
I don't, to be honest with you, because you're dealing with apples and oranges, teams from different regions that very rarely play each other, it can be very misleading. A lot of European teams be ranked, and some teams they never play against will be ahead of them.
Hertel, his three off the mark. Ty Webster in the game for New Zealand. Again, the third meeting between these two teams. Good defense by Tomar Hertel. Ty Webster leans in, gets the contact off the glass, and good. That's a tough basket from the New Zealand guard.
I'll tell you, the speed that Corey Webster's running off screens, it's so impressive.
Jayla Ball uses the screen of Tilly. That's an outstanding screen by Tilly because he set it one way and then uses pivot foot and sealed another way to give space for Jayla Ball.
And defense goes under the screen. You're giving the shooter the chance to shoot it. Jayla Ball's not going to take him up on that opportunity.
Ty Webster's going to make something happen now. Closing seconds of the opening quarter. Webster's shot rolls around. It's good. Right at the buzzer.
Great
and would
shot.
you believe it, Mick? At the end of 10 minutes of play, New Zealand have got their noses in front. The score at the end of one, 14-13. New Zealand are up a penny.
Tough shot for Ty Webster. The ball just gets caught in his hip. Look at this. Off this right-hand dribble, there's the pick and roll. And watch the ball just there, gets caught in his hip. Recovers. That's a sign of a good shooter. Sometimes that ball slips out of your hands on the way up, but Ty Webster turns around. Good enough to give him the lead.
Well, Webster's got 7 points in 7 minutes. As you look at the score here in the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament 2016 from Manila, that is as good a start as the Tall Blacks could hope for.
The game started off in really bright fashion for the French. I think they had 10 points. They were 10-5 up after 4 minutes. They've only put 3 points additional to that on the board since then. So the French need to get some production going themselves. They had a poor start against the Philippines day one. So
France were down by as many as 10 points in the first half against the Philippines. But they're such an experienced team, such a composed team on the French that they won't be faced at this stage by a 1-point deficit.
No, but you talked about when you spoke to Collet about getting people involved. Both teams know you don't have to win. So if that mentality seeps down to the players, that relaxation part, then...
The other piece to the puzzle, Collet was interviewed before the tournament, as you look at Haka there, and he said the team that he fears the most at this tournament is Canada. So what happens is, obviously, whoever loses this game draws Canada. Now, France will play with anybody in the world, won't they? I mean, they're not going to fear anybody, but of all the opponents that they think here is the strongest, Collet says it's Canada.
Yeah, I agree with that, but you look at the Canadian team, the way they played, struggling to score in the perimeter. You know, they've got some dream players inside in terms of athleticism and finishing around the paint, but not a team that's really playing very, very well. And I haven't seen them play well yet in this tournament.
It's a mouth-watering matchup proposition, too, in Corey Joseph and Tyler Ennis squaring off against Nando DiColo and Tony Parker, if it's to be. But the Tall Blacks might have something to say about that. New Zealand come out with the Webster brothers, Fukona, Robert Lowe, and Thomas Abercrombie. Deep three by Webster. Count it! Corey Webster strings the three from the top of the key.
Well, the pick and roll tried to switch, and unfortunately, Jayla Ball just dropped off. Webster saw it.
Jayla Ball rises. No good. Ty Webster with the rebound.
That's why he's one of the top rebounders for this team.
Abercrombie, quick three. He's got it. An electric start by the Tall Blacks coming out of the huddle after the first quarter. Well, they're not standing on ceremony, are they?
Well, Collet's not even out of his seat, Liam, so, you know, there is an air of relaxation on this French bench, that's for sure.
DiColo turns the corner on the high screen. Hertel, his floater. The teardrop rocks around the rim and falls.
Nice play from Thomas Hertel.
You know, Mick, I hate this. I'm really sorry. This has no bearing in the play, and I think Luigi Lamonica, is he going to call a violation? Is he going to ask? Well, Mickey Bacona tried to get the ball in quick. Okay, this is good refereeing because he's not going to call a violation here. You know, players often will get 1 foot out of bounds and try to go.
He's had a word with Nando De Cola for interference, wasn't it? More than anything.
Fotu back in the game for New Zealand. Abercrombie introduces himself to De Cola with a little push. Webster snaps a pass to Bacona. His shot won't fall.
Wow. Keep it alive, big fella.
Fotu can't get his jump hook to fall.
Couple of good looks there for Fotu, Bacona.
This game's got great tempo, great energy. Fiercely competitive. Hurtado trying to break down. Oh, great crossover by Hurtado. Mormon in the game. Tilly, his shot blocked by Abercrombie. Great timing by Abercrombie. Webster goes by Tilly. Well, this is unfortunate for Webster, Mick, because Kim Tilly fouled him. Kim Tilly tried to foul him, a tactical foul, and the referee let play go on, which is fair enough. But now Ty Webster gets called for the charging call.
Yeah, he just got a little above himself, ahead of himself, didn't he? You know, good guards will always pull up for a jump shot.
Welcome back to Manila. Welcome back to this Olympic qualifying game between New Zealand and France. This is French coach Vincent Collet in the timeout.
France still yet to make a three-point shot. That has been the story this second period for New Zealand. Back-to-back threes to start it off. That gave a 2013 lead. We're still 5 points ahead right now. BJ Anthony looks like he's coming back in. See, Jelabal backs off this three here. Both Tilly goes away. Jelabal gives space. Webster just rises. He doesn't need much more than half a foot, maybe 6 inches. Abercrombie, second one, 10 seconds later.
Well, Ty Webster with the charging foul before the timeout. That's his second foul. Antoine Diot in the game for the first time for France. Vincent Collet spreading the minutes around. Tilly keeps it alive. Hurtado chases it down. Shot clock under 10. Hurtado bounce pass to Mormon. Tough pass. Webster comes up with it. Gives it to his brother. Corey Webster. Mid-range jump shot. No good. End-to-end action here. Great tempo in this one. BJ Anthony in for the Tall Blacks. Hurtado to Mormon. Well, Mormon missed the layup. Again, Webster comes up with the loose ball. Fotu wants the ball in the low post, and Kim Tilly knocks it out of his hands.
Ty Webster's just an overactive point guard. Oh, he's got such athleticism. He's always around the defensive backboard, getting rebounds, as we saw yesterday with that double-double. And he's just on every look, so intense.
Fotu gonna face. Nice up fake by Corey Webster. Couldn't finish. Jelabal pins it on the backboard and throws the outlet pass to Hurtado. Hurtado, his shot short. Mormon keeps it alive momentarily. Look at the battle for the ball. At Abercrombie, stripped from behind. Hurtado, his shot won't fall. Tilly can't tip it in. Well, it's certainly exciting stuff, Mick, although we're not getting a lot of scores.
My word, there's huge contact on Thomas Hurtado as he went in for that layup, got knocked to the floor, turned it to the referee, saying, what else? What more have I got to do? But, yeah, we have periods here of high-octane offense. All of a sudden, it just goes scoreless, and the referees get involved. There's foul from Tilly, I think, isn't it?
Well, Mick, I want to talk about this because this very inbounds play that France ran, New Zealand in their practice went through how to defend it. The exact same play. And they're rewarded here. They talked about this guard screen right there. So Fotu knew it was coming. And Antoine Dio gets called
for
the moving pick. So kudos to Coach Hanare, who scouted the opposition and brought his team a possession. B.J. Anthony. His baby J won't drop.
Just a little too strong with that, Anthony. Good look from, good pass from Isaac Fotu on he set the screen and rolled down.
Mormon, the debutant for France. First competitive tournament for his country. Protel over Fotu. Still no. J'ai ball. Oh, Ty Webster might feel that he got all basketball. He's got to be careful. He's drawn the ire of the Greek referee. And more importantly, he's got to be careful because he's drawing his third personal foul.
Interesting there. Calls from the bench of New Zealand. The French went through a screen, and then there's cries of rescreen, rescreen. And what the Kiwi defense does was ice it, take it away from the screen, make it go somewhere else, and back where it wants to, but via the offense. So the New Zealand coaching staff have done a lot of work on this French offense, that's for sure.
Boris Diaw steps back into the game for France. He'll spell Kim Tilly. Antoine Dio bisects the double team. Protel. Mormon from the free throw line. That rims out. Shea Illy back in the game. He comes up with the rebound.
Good look for Adrien Mormon there.
Somebody please score a basket. Ball tipped out of Shea Illy's hands, so 7 seconds. End line ball here for the Kiwis.
Confidence here from Coach Hanare. 3 non-starters on the floor. We didn't see much of yesterday.
Great up fake by Everhart Bartlett. He can't convert. Look at the rebound by Fotu, but he stepped out of bounds.
Great leap, wasn't it? But I think as he's come down, 1 foot's out of bounds, and you think he knows it. So it's Haka back in the game.
He gets a round of applause from this Filipino crowd who just are mad for basketball. They know they're NBA stars. This is an important passage of play now here for New Zealand. They lead by 5. But as Parker comes in, Diaw powers it up over low. He can't score. Shea Illy. He can't score. Up and down action, but nobody can put the ball in the bucket right now. Tony Parker. Mortimer. That's off the mark.
First team to score wins the game, I think, Liam.
Yeah.
Out of bounds there, the New Zealand ball. Well, it was 2013 to start the quarter with back-to-back threes for New Zealand. We've had 2 points since then.
Yeah, we've gone almost 5 minutes without a score.
6-2 this quarter score.
It's not for a lack of trying. The players are certainly playing hard. Illy, Robert Lowe. There it is. Robert Lowe knocks down the triple. He's a classic stretch player. He can face the basket.
That's all their points have come to the three-point line. Second period. French need to do some work here.
Lowe stands 2 meters 10, but can really step away from the basket. Antoine Dio, his shot, strikes iron. Abercrombie skies for the rebound, but sadly runs into 2 blue jerseys.
Tough on Abercrombie, gets a great rebound. He comes down and trips over a French leg. That's why he's upset.
Well, Abercrombie ran into Pietrus and Diaw, and they stripped him of the ball and laid it up and in.
Still, big donut for the three-point line. 0 of 9. And New Zealand have hit 3 this quarter, haven't they? Abercrombie's hit 1, Webster's hit 1, and Lower's just hit this 3rd one. So really making a statement from beyond the arm, but nothing much inside.
Attention le middle pick, black. Switch au pire, mais pas défense protection là-dessus.
Points in the paint. New Zealand has 6 points in the paint. France have 12. And as he said, partner, right now, France are 0 from behind the arc, 0 for 9. That won't continue. They'll make threes at some stage. You see the rebound there from Abercrombie. Sadly, he just runs into 2 guys wearing blue jerseys. Here's Kahudi and Pietrus. Pietrus says, merci mon ami, and lays it up and in.
Yeah. Unfortunate there for Abercrombie. He can feel a little hard done by. He got a little nudge from Pietrus's leg as he went down.
Pressure up the floor by the French guards. Handled well by the Kiwi guards. Everhard Bartlett, the left-handed shooter! Oh, nothing but nylon for Everhard Bartlett.
He wasn't going to have second thoughts about that. 4th three-pointer of the quarter. That's all they got.
Well, New Zealand lead by 9. It's their largest lead. They are playing without fear. Pass to Dio. Great vision by Tony Parker with the assist.
Yeah, Everhard Bartlett just got caught out in that back door cut on the weak side.
Boris Diaw appealing for a double dribble. I think the referees felt that Boris Diaw knocked it out of his hand. And now the foul from behind by Tony Parker.
Yeah, Parker's complaining to the referee. Still having a little chat about that last call. Here's the backdoor pass, Parker to Dio. I'm not sure what Bartlett was watching. And just before the defensive error, the 3-pointer from him.
Shea Ely at the point here for the Tall Blacks. The Webster brothers are on the pine. Abercrombie's got to make something happen with the shot clock running down. Spinning the lane. He'll rise over Boris. And the shot rattles out of the rim. Abercrombie tries to block Parker's shot to no avail.
As soon as Parker saw he had Abercrombie on him, he's only going one way. He'll score any time Parker's going to the hoop.
Look at the intensity of the defense by the French. Abercrombie finds some space. Oh my heavens, New Zealand are unconscious. Abercrombie with a 3.
Parker and Dio just having words with each other. Parker complaining that why he was left guarding Abercrombie on the perimeter.
The Tall Blacks are 6 for 11 from behind the rainbow. Kahudi runs into a double team. Here's Diaw. Moves it on to Kahudi. He'll pull the trigger. That's no good. Dio with a rebound and the foul by Thomas Abercrombie.
Well, they've hit 5 threes this second period. And they had 14 at the end of the first, so they've only scored threes. 15 in the quarter, all from the three-point line. There's Parker's 2. Once he saw Abercrombie on him, there's Abercrombie's three-pointer.
You're looking at the 3 by Thomas Abercrombie there. Here's Parker in the corner. He'll line up a 3 of his own. What a rebound. Kahudi with a terrific offensive rebound. Just couldn't turn it into points. But the energy and enthusiasm of Kahudi unsettles Bukona, who loses the ball out of bounds. We get a timeout here by Team France. And with 1:39 to go, the Tall Blacks of New Zealand are up by 8 against Les Bleus of France. It's been an enthralling contest so far. And I'll tell you what, the players are playing hard.
I'll tell you what, Collet will have some work cut out to get his team back into contention here, especially before the break. But that's what he'd be lining up. Can he get this game down to about 2 or 3 points before halftime? You look at the three-point shooting, 0 of 11. That drought continues for France. Nobody can find their marker from beyond the arc. They are shooting 53% inside. New Zealand with 6 threes, 5 of them, all 15 points this quarter have come from the
No help to finish. Just play one-on-one in the post.
That's Coach Paul Hanari giving some instructions. He has one timeout left as we wind down this first half of basketball. Coach Collet has burned both of his timeouts here. Remember, teams have 2 timeouts in the first half and then 3 timeouts in the second. Sideline ball here for France. Fresh 24 to operate. Gio comes off a flare screen. He missed a little jump shot inside. And the foul here, I believe, is on Pietrus.
Mika Vicona does some sterling work in there. He's the one that gets it down and dirty, gets this rebound here. Gets it in quickly. Petrus leans over.
Not a lot in it, to be honest. I think Antoine Dio thought it was on him initially.
I thought it was too, but Petrus has got his first foul.
Corey Webster steps back in. Over the top of the press to Bukona. He's looking for a guard to give it to. Somebody come and get it, please. We'll give it to Isaac Fotu, offers himself. Fotu trying to back down. Pietrus, Fotu's shot won't fall. Webster picks up the long rebound where Abercrombie was open momentarily. Webster calls for the high ball screen. He'll use Bukona. Bukona steps. Mid-range jump shot. Bukona, no good. Abercrombie with the offensive rebound for New Zealand. Another possession for the Tall Blacks.
Antoine Dio knows he's got to play tough defense on Corey Webster here.
Webster, step back 3. That strikes iron. Look at the hustle of Bukona and the hustle of Abercrombie. Bukona comes up with a loose ball. And that's just the slippery ball. We've talked about it quite a few times making this game. And in the previous game as well, players struggling to get control sometimes.
Well, didn't Bukona just take that defensive rebound down the other end and fumble it out of bounds?
Yeah.
It's the same player, maybe not the ball.
There's the hustle.
It's definitely touched a lot of sweat. He just throws it straight to the French bench.
Parker flashes. Parker somehow gets it to Dio. What a terrific pass by Antoine Dio. Charles Kahudi who does the rest. Sensational basketball by Les Bleus.
How hard are France having to work for 2 because Parker almost falls over. Getting it to Dio, and then Dio with the peace of mind to feed Kahudi. Hanari will go in, hopefully with a 6 points or better margin at the break. But he knows right now, Liam, he's under pressure.
Well, just 23 seconds left in this first half, so Hanari is going to talk about how the Tall Blacks will get the last shot. Nick, if you're Collet, do you stay in man-to-man defense here?
Yeah, I think so.
Can't stay in zone and allow the Tall Blacks to pass the ball around and just...
Well, you get whatever shot you want to, then, don't you? Yeah. You got to try and
C'est Menton. C'est post-up avec l'écran flair. Deuxième camp à toucher. On contrôle le post-up. Menton. C'est possible qu'il fasse ça. Quoi qu'il se passe, on va vite derrière.
Maybe a bit of pressure off the floor
Are you
by
trying
France.
to tell me you'd go to zone out of this?
No, definitely. I'm just checking to make sure you knew that France weren't going to go to zone. You're looking at the dunk by Kahudi. And a fabulous pass by Antoine Dio. There's Corey Joseph, the Canadian point guard who's enjoying his rest day. Canada already qualified. Remember, they will play the loser of this game. Canadian team, they're looking relaxed. So the pressure up the floor from France. And there's the havoc you talked about. Shea Ili, got to get over the timeline here. There it is. Webster does. And so now, clock winds down to 10 seconds. Webster to Ili. Uses the screen of Bukona, and he goes right to the basket and lays it up and in. Well, all credit to Hanari, who drew up a perfect play. Can France respond? Well, sensational by the New Zealanders as they draw up a perfect play, which leads to an easy lay-in for Shea Ili. Ili has 4 points on the night, And there's your score at the end of 20 minutes. New Zealand lead by 8 against France, 31-23 in the Olympic qualifying tournament here in Manila.
It's not often you get a layup at the end of a half to go in with a break. Look at that, 0 of 12 3-point line for France. That may come back to haunt them at the end of this game, as opposed to 6 of 12. We talked about it so often, 5 in the second quarter, 25-19 the rebounding margin, but more of that is down to the French misses, perhaps. And for a French team to have 3 assists at the break, very Les Bleus-like basketball.
Yeah, they share the ball a lot. They have so many talented players, and they're so used to playing together as well that is a low total. As you look at the leaders in the respective categories, Parker with 5 for France. Kahudi with those 5 rebounds. Look at the rebounds for Mika Vukona, 8 rebounds. It's Ty Webster with 7 points, but sadly he has 3 fouls for the Tall Black fans. Well, it's halftime here in Manila. We'll take a break for 10 minutes. Come back and join us soon for continuing coverage of the 2016 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament here in the Philippines. Well, welcome back to Manila, everyone. Mabuhay, as they say in the local Filipino language. A very warm welcome to you. It is halftime here in this clash between New Zealand and France in the 2016 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. It has been an enthralling first half with up and down action. There's Tony Parker, point guard for the French team, to score at halftime. New Zealand lead by 8 points, 31-23. Let me say that again. New Zealand lead the 5th ranked team in the world, France, by 8 points, 31-23. Ty Webster for New Zealand with the 3 fouls. We'll see whether he comes out to start this second half. Mick, it has been up and down, end-to-end action. But there was one passage of play where both teams went 4 minutes without scoring. Shouldn't surprise us then that, let me ask you this, fast break points. How many fast break points do you think New Zealand scored in that first half?
Fast break points, 2.
You're exactly right. And France didn't score any, although it has been absolutely electric, the pace, as teams have been playing hard and great energy. Remember, whoever wins this qualifies top of the group, and they will draw Turkey. Whoever loses finishes second, and they will draw Canada in the semifinals.
Something tells me I got a feeling that these two teams might be playing on Sunday for the final for that one spot for Rio. I just like the way the New Zealanders are playing. They're in upset mode. They don't care who they play. They don't care. There's no respect shown to anybody in front of them. Out of these two teams right now, they're playing the hardest. France are playing like they know they've got a semi-final coming up. New Zealand are playing like there is no tomorrow.
Well, there's two quotes I like. When we were in the press conference after New Zealand beat the Philippines last night, one of the Philippine journalists said to the Mickey Vukona, who's the captain of the team, how do you guys feel coming to the Philippines where we love our basketball and you guys are a bunch of nobodies to come and beat our team? That adds motivation to the Tall Blacks. Yeah, it adds motivation to the Tall Blacks. The other is when Mickey Vukona, I said to him, you know, how are you approaching this game today against France? He says, we're going to play like our lives depend on it. And they've surely been doing that.
Whatever sport you play in New Zealand, they play as hard as anybody. You know, it's you live on an island with the weather they get, you got to be tough. It's like living in England.
Yeah, Ty Webster's going to get the nod here, so Coach Henare will bring him out to start with his 3 fouls. There's Webster. Kahudi, who played terrific minutes for France. So France come out with Parker, Kahudi, DeColo, Lovern, and Boris Diaw, same 5 that started the game. And the Tall Blacks counter with Ty Webster, Abercrombie, Fotu, Vukona, and Corey Webster. They're starting 5 as well. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's the French in the blue uniforms and the Tall Blacks in the white. Kahudi rises, top of the key, let's fly. No good. Abercrombie rises for the rebound. Here's Webster.
Great defense from the Kiwis. Double team Diaw in that low post, and they moved it around well. Come up with the shot.
Corey Webster, little up fake. Knocks down the 3. Tony Parker flew by, and Webster threads the 3. That's exactly how the Kiwis played in the second quarter.
Parker's dribbling up the floor, looking at Cole, shaking his head. He can't quite believe it.
Kahudi trying to shake free of Abercrombie in the low post. Oh, nice move by Charles Kahudi.
I think they might isolate that a bit more, that Abercrombie defensive matchup. His body's a bit too big to cope for Abercrombie, perhaps not low post.
Great execution of the half-court offense by the Tall Blacks. They share it, they move, they backdoor cut. Webster's going to let fly again. That's off the mark. Vukona keeps it alive to give his team another possession. Fotu gathers the ball for the Tall Blacks.
DeColo's got to catch that. He can't just flick that anywhere and hopes that French body's going to get on it.
Fotu screens and rescreens. Now, he made a couple of threes against the Philippines. That one's hard off the backboard. Webster with the rebound. He gives it to his brother, Corey. That's no good. Fotu, another offensive rebound. And DeColo, who's going to just come into your picture now, was bleeding down the floor to try and get an easy basket.
As I'm telling you, French mind's not really in this game.
Abercrombie trying to make the French pay. No good. Another offensive rebound for Corey Webster.
They're getting out hustled right now. There's the back door to DeColo.
Pass over the top of the corner. He's fouled by DeColo. And rightly so. You can see the Kiwi players in front of you, the bench, rise to their feet. I lost track. It was 3 or 4 offensive rebounds for New Zealand that possession.
And you know what? The French aren't even getting animated about it. Rebound after rebound. Look at that one. There's no way Ty Webster comes up with that. Corey Webster, excuse me. You know, the French bench, no emotion. It's almost as if they're not going to give you the satisfaction of seeing them rise and get excited about this game, which may come back to haunt them. I'm telling you, 10-point game now.
Just to remind the viewers, France also faced a 10-point deficit against the Philippines. That was in the first half. They came back from that. Plenty of experience in this French team. Rims out for Vukona, and Abercrombie almost got the rebound.
For the New Zealand team, they took 3 or 4 3-pointers in that passage. Seems like that's all they've got right now.
Sometimes you live and die by the jump shot. Now again, as you called it, early touch inside Kahudi, and he draws the foul on Abercrombie.
Oh, you'd be milking that all night long. The French will be going after Abercrombie, trying to pick up that 3rd foul.
To Lovern on the low box. DeColo. DeColo missed an easy layup. You don't see him miss that very often.
He was tempted to go under the bucket and reverse layup. Got caught in 2 minds.
DeColo wants it in the low post. Gets it. Goes at Lovern. Corey Webster. The floater. No good. Offensive rebound for Fotu. Corey Webster, got it! Look at the Tall Blacks bench rising to their feet to support their teammates. Great spirit with that group.
They're looking for a scalp, a big scalp right here. French bench looking nonplussed.
It is the 13th offensive rebound for New Zealand. DeCola with the lane.
I'll tell you what, though, the French will score quickly. They will respond when they're stung like this.
Right now, Tall Blacks are testing the reserve of character of the French. Webster to his brother. Into Vukona. He loves to pass from here. Little flare screen for Corey Webster. That's a tough shot. He can foul. Well, heady play here by Corey Webster as he drew the foul on Shaw Kahudi.
I'm not sure Kahudi's done much here. Big smile on Kahudi's face.
We'll see if we can get it on the replay. There's a smile from Paul Henare, who's pleased with the way his team have played so far. He's in dreamland right now. New Zealand up by 11 points. They have led by as many as 13.
Gonna look and see if it's a 2 or a 3, I think, on this. Let's have a look. I'm not sure what contact was made. They're gonna look at the feet more than anything.
Well, Abercrombie put it up and in, so France might consider themselves lucky.
Kahudi there will be the one that feels himself hard done by here. Vincent Collet has not stood this whole game.
These two teams had a common opponent in the preparation period. They both played Latvia. New Zealanders played Latvia in Riga and lost by 19. By contrast, France played Latvia at home and won by 17. And again, there is a mismatch in ranking. As you mentioned, they don't play each other a lot, but we're talking about the 5th ranked team in the world against the 21st ranked team in the world. On paper, these teams really, France should be up comfortably.
Here's a replay of that. There's the... That's a 2-pointer. Right foot on the line. Regardless of whether it's a foul or not, it was a 2-point shot, so there should be 2 coming up.
And the Australian referee signals 2.
That's a better idea where this foul is. Maybe a leg of Kahudi against Webster.
So Webster, chance to tack on 2 more points with the free throws and makes the first. Webster had 23 points against the Philippines last night. He has 11 so far this evening.
He's got 3 rebounds. Good
Well,
solid,
zero,
good solid game from him.
0 last night. To Colo. To Diao. Diao goes at Fukona. Diao trying to power it up. Laverne, he probes. His left-handed jump hook is no good. Fukona with the rebound. Here's Abercrombie on the wing.
Laverne struggling to come up with anything good there.
Abercrombie, another turnover. Just Corey Webster trying to commit the foul. DeColo, score.
Super play. The behind-the-back dribble was to die for. He drifted by Webster. And Webster turned it to the referee and said, why didn't you call a foul?
Come on, ref, call a foul. Otherwise, my coach is going to get after me for giving up a soft basket. Ty Webster. Crossover dribble of his own. Gives to his brother. Extra pass to Abercrombie, but the shot clock runs out. Good defense by France. We're starting to dig in a little bit.
Yeah, all of a sudden, there's a little bit of indecision creeping into the Kiwi play. Who's the go-to guy now? Look at this behind-the-back dribble off the left leg. Webster's gone. And then all of a sudden, he's going to bisect 2 defenders.
So graceful is Nando DeColo. Plays his club basketball for CSKA Moscow. Pass to Laverne on the ceiling side. Can't score the one inside.
Great catch from Laverne, just never came out of his hand correctly.
There's a foul by DeColo.
which will annoy Webster because he's the one that's being fouled.
Shea Illy comes in for Ty Webster. Kept his foul discipline. Webster didn't pick up a foul, so he still has those 3. We're bang on the midway mark of the third quarter. Illy to Bukona. Moving screen here on Isaac Fotu.
His first foul, so there's nothing much to worry about there. The team really a major foul trouble. It's only Ty Webster, isn't it, leading with 3?
Yeah, that's right. Webster has 3. Nobody in trouble for France. Jay Ball in the game for Le Bleu. This is a better matchup for Abercrombie guarding Jay Ball than it was Kahudi. I'm not sure about this, Nick. I think this defense is okay by Illy.
The referees are just saying he's got a little too close to him. Tokolo nudged up with a dribble to him, almost willing the contact to come his way.
Although might have got away with a push for my liking, but I don't think we'll see it again. As Isaac Fotu steps out to be replaced by Robert Lowe. Well, Tokolo doesn't get a call there. But Boris Diaw does.
Tokolo's got straight up to the referee on the middle of your bottom of your screen there, just demanding something. He said it was a contact, you got to call it. He's not wrong either.
No, he's right. He has a case there. He was fouled. There's no doubt about that. He's having a word with the Australian
At some point,
referee.
that French bench will get a little excited in a minute.
Well, they're very nonplussed down there right now. Boris Diaw makes the first free throw. He had 9 points and 9 rebounds. Sorry?
Nonplussed.
Nonplussed, yeah. Was that pronunciation wrong? I'm trying to throw words at you after profligate in our previous game. Diaw brings France to within 9. I love this little high post offense. Bukona strong to the rack, and again, he just can't finish. Missed a few easy ones in the first quarter.
Good defense from Robert Lowe to help out Louvain. Is Louvain anyway.
Abercrombie contests Lowe with the rebound.
They've got away from that, haven't they? Isolating Abercrombie in the low post.
Webster, no good, long rebound. Parker gets away with the travel. No, he doesn't. He's disconsolate. It's Parker, but the referees are right.
Yeah. Just carried it momentarily. The ball comes out of the pack here. Yeah. And you got to feel, listen, Tony, nobody else gets away with it.
Yeah. And credit to Shea Illy, because Illy so quick defensively.
Just because you're a god in this part of the world.
Oh, what a great bounce pass inside to Abercrombie. Can't convert. Abercrombie rises this time. That shot in and out. Twice Robert Lowe's kept it alive for the Kiwis. Things are getting a little bit touchy here. The French are starting to protest as the referees will let them play.
Tokolo's all of a sudden has got an interest in this game that's a little more intense than everybody else in this French squad.
Kim Tilly will come in to spell Geoffrey Laverne, and Isaac Fotu comes in for Mika Bukona. His second foul. Bukona tried to draw the charge. Good hard-nosed basketball. Nothing wrong with that.
Paul Henry's done well here. He's rotated those two. Fotu's come in, Lowe's come in, and now Fotu come in for Bukona. Well, it's going to take some intensity from some of these French players to pull this one out of the fire, that's for sure.
Tolo knocks down the first free throw. Tolo, a European champion this year. And this is the second free throw. Had a marvelous season, club season with CSKA Moscow. averaged 19 points per game with his club. Fotu, that's a tough shot. No good.
They haven't scored a 2-point shot for a long, long time. They've scored many since the end of the first period.
Piccolo kicks to Boris Diaw. Diaw loves to facilitate and move it on. There's Parker. Parker darts to the basket. Tilly, who's going to shoot it? Extra pass into Jay Laball. What a great feed by Boris Diaw.
French taking him apart right now. Parker had the chance to score, but he knows full well that if he goes in deep, somebody might try and block the shot. Another 3 passes later, they've got a chance to score free throws, but that should have been an and one. Beautiful pass to Diaw. What a seal!
Yeah,
by
great
Gelabal.
seal by Gelabal, and the foul on Thomas Abercrombie. That is his third.
They've gone a little small here, New Zealand. Everard Bartlett in the game to replace Abercrombie. He's taking a break with his 3 fouls.
Gelabal was with the French team when they won the bronze medal at Eurobasket at home this past year, which has qualified them to be here. And this is
3 or 4
qualifying
players this
tournament.
team have been with every Eurobasket for the last 5 or 6 times, I think.
Low. Guarded closely by Gelabal, a little bit too closely for the referee's liking.
Did everything right except get his hands off Low. Low's no mug, is he? He can put the ball on the floor a little bit.
Yeah, he can. He stands 2 meters 13.
So there's one hand to your right, reaching over. All
There
of
it
a
is
sudden,
there, yeah.
There's a left hand in there too.
$14 on the shot clock for New Zealand, who lead by 6. They led by 8 at the intermission. Gelabal right now is locking down Corey Webster. Illy trying to find someone to pass to. Shea Illy, no good. Fotu with the rebound. And he draws the contact on Boris Diaw.
Yeah, the French have got to clean up those rebounds. You know, a little shot from Illy goes soft off the rim. They can't let Isaac Fletcher be the only offensive rebound in there and come up with the ball. It's going to be Fotu's hands all over it. No French players get off the ground. Diaw the foul.
Fotu was instrumental in the win over the Philippines. He had 17 points. He's his club basketball in Spain.
5 rebounds and 3 assists too. You know, I think he left University of Hawaii. He left in November, beginning of the year to sign with Zaragoza.
Just over 2 minutes to play. New Zealand reestablished that 8-point lead that they started this second half with. Cartel in for France. Piccolo, he loves to go along the baseline. Gelabal rises from the corner. He can stroke that, no good. Robert Lowe lines up a 3. Got it! Robert Lowe up a feed from Corey Webster behind the back pass to the biggin.
Huge
And Lowe
shot.
knocks it down.
That's his second of the night, isn't it?
We'll have New Zealand weathered a little storm here. Gelabal to Tilly. Tilly will pull the trigger. That's Velvet.
Great look. Same place that low post. They go at it. Tilly's first 2 of the game. Might be something the French look to attack a little more often.
The tie in the game for the Tall Blacks. Illy's pass ends up in the hands of Lowe. Webster, no good. Fotu, another offensive rebound. It's the 16th offensive rebound for New Zealand. Oh, what a terrific bounce pass inside to Lowe. You got to make that. Lowe's got to make that.
What a pump fake. Everything right low, and then comes up with a brick of a shot from 1 foot out.
Third foul by Diaw. I mean, Lowe's bailed out here by the foul by Diaw. Watch this. Look at Fotu. The hustle, the presence of mind to keep it alive.
I mean, this is just,
There
down,
is a foul.
just down to hustle. Absolute. Out and out. New Zealand just out hustling the French.
Got to make your free throws. You're trying to upset one of the top teams in the world.
Jay Triano in the stands watching on. He knows full well he's going to be playing one of these two teams.
This is, Fotu just lost his head here. This is rim interference. There's no reason for it, but you can't fault the effort of Fotu tonight. Less than a minute to play. Jacolo to the Jets. Jet the ball. Hertel shovels a pass, rugby style. To DeColo. DeColo, little runner, good.
Tough move, had the jump shot, didn't settle for it. I'll tell you, Nando DeColo may be a big factor in this game, and possibly France getting back into it.
New Zealand have kept him quiet so far, just to 7 points.
Remember, they got a layup at the end of the first half. His same play coming here.
And the same man, Illy drives, kicks to Webster. Webster lets fly with a three. Count it! Oh, Corey Webster with a three in the death of the third quarter. And New Zealand, who started up by 8 points at the end of the halftime, now lead France by 10 points. They've extended their lead in this third quarter.
Just a wonderful look from Shea Illy going down base. Remember, you got the layup in the first half, then the wraparound pass to the open Corey Webster. Outstanding work.
That is Pedro Cameron, who's the assistant coach behind Coach Henare. As you look at the numbers here, and mixed still, France have yet to make a three-pointer. They're 0 for 14.
Yeah, they're going to somebody's going to have to step up and make a three. Luckily for them, they've realized they're not shooting well from the three-point line, and they're attacking the hoop.
Now, my French is not the best. I wouldn't starve in France, and I could get you a meal. And Collet said tout fermé, which I think means you got to close out. Fermé is closed, and Webster right now is knocking down jump shots. Corey Webster, 14 points by the end of the third quarter. He's made 4 threes.
Well, check these stats. They are 6 of 30 inside the arc and 10 of 21 outside the arc. Wow. I mean, they are just living and breathing on that three-point line. So they made more threes than free throws and 2-pointers.
That look right there from Boris Diaw kind of sums things up for France this evening. And right there, that same look from Tony Parker, emblematic of the performance from France. They are facing a foe right now with all kinds of spirits, all kinds of heart, and no small measure of skill either.
That's off to Vincent Collet, because there'd be a element of some coaches who are going to go to Parker. Bring Parker on, but Thomas Hertel starts the fourth quarter.
Well, Hertel's a quality player. Hertel and Gio, both good guards who can come in and spell Parker. Webster wants to try and break down Kim Tilley. Baseline jump shot, he drops it.
Wow, that's tough too. The isolation, Webster takes his time, knows full well he's got the foot speed on Tilley.
Jayla ball in the low post. Gonna try and go out in the tie. That's smooth from Miguel Jayla. And you wonder how long Coach Henare will persist with the tie. France in a double team. I'm not sure that that's a jump ball, to be honest. I think that's a bit quick for me.
It'll be a 5-second call, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that first.
The ball. I doubt whether Florent producer's got 2 hands on the ball in this corner here. But great defense from the...
Yeah, all credit to the French.
And the inbounds pass just took the Kiwis by surprise.
When does Ty Webster come back in for New Zealand? Jayla ball slides it into Tilley. He's guarded by Lowe. Lowe rises to contest. Oh, what a great pass by Pietrus to Jayla Ball. Oh, terrific basketball by Jayla Ball. Webster up the screen by Lowe. Well, just a little bit about Corey Webster, Mick, for viewers who maybe haven't seen him before. He plays in both the New Zealand Basketball League, the Super City Rangers, and he'll also play for the New Zealand Breakers, who play in the Australian League. He's certainly opening some eyes in this tournament.
Yeah, one of those bizarre situations where the top team, the Breakers, play in the NBL in Australia. Webster's taken a bit of a hit there by DeColo. He's okay, though. We're running him off a whole load of screens. The last one being a moving screen from Seven Vicona.
This is a frustrating foul for New Zealand. These moving screens will drive coaches crazy. It might be on Robert Lowe. So no, you're right. It's on going to his third.
When the defender is so quick, and you look like he's going to get around screens, then there's a temptation just to move into your screen. Big chance for France here.
Will J-Laball get a touch? He's made the last 5 points for them. He does. He draws attention. Hotel, top of the key. Tilly has made one from the corner and makes another. This one is a three, right in front of his teammates. When does Sanari come back with what? There's the question. You can see Webster right there at the substitutes bench and Abercrombie.
First time I've seen the French bench get up in the air.
Can Corey Webster try and settle some nerves here for New Zealand? The left-handed leaner, no good. Vicona with a rebound. Kicks it and tries. All of a sudden, the intensity for France is picking up, and I can sense this neutral crowd mix starting to get behind the French a little bit.
Yeah. Well, when the French walked on the floor tonight, there was a big roar from this crowd. They're big Tony Parker fans, big NBA fans. Vicona had a big-time travel when he took that offensive rebound. And I guess it's only fair it ends up in French hands anyway.
Well, this is a big moment in the game right now. Absolutely. Big moment right here. You see the New Zealand turnovers. There's a double team on J-Laball. And New Zealand come up with a steal. It's a 3-on-1. Webster, can he finish? Can't. Is it going to count? Robert Lowe's got to be careful there. He's got to let the ball to see if it falls once the whistle's blown. You know, this is brave of Ty Webster. You got a 7-footer, 2 meters 13 coming at you at the break. Give it to the big fella.
Well, you got to play the defense, Liam. It doesn't matter who you've got going with you. It's go and drop it out anyway. So you just got to play what the defense gives you.
Webster makes the first. He has 8 points. First trip to the line tonight. Still has those 3 fouls.
Well,
9 points.
Behind the Webster boys, the New Zealand team are going to have some serious potential over the next 10 years.
Of course, New Zealand will go into the Asia zone with Australia. So add to the competition in the FIBA Asia zone. They presently play in the Oceania zone, just the 2 teams. Antoine Dioen.
Tight foul on Corey Webster. They just a little hand on the hip.
Well, that is just his first foul. He's going to come out. And Mick, if you're Coach Hanari, how long do you leave him out? How much of a break do you give him as Shea Illy steps in for Corey Webster?
Long, 2 or 3 minutes. That's all you need. He's got to be playing at least the last 5, so that takes you 2.5 minutes.
Hotel drops inside to Tilly. Great give by Thomas Hotel with the assist.
Well, we've seen Hotel play so often and be the passer. The man who makes the assist. He's such a good guard. French defense now is exactly why they're number 5 in the world.
He's starting to ratchet it up a bit. Illy. France come up with a steal. Hotel behind the back to J-Laball. J'adore J-Laball.
Hotel got very lucky there because that pass could have gone slightly off and turned it over. But what a finish from J-Laball.
I think you got to come back with Corey Webster right now, Mick. It's 2 points, 52-50. This is the moment when I think the game could be won or lost by either team.
Yeah, it just depends what Hanari's got in his mind. Is he put him out for a 2-minute break?
Well, he's going to get a break here in the timeout. He's had, 45 seconds. Wouldn't you love to get a scalp here? Again, you know, there's not a lot of pressure for New Zealand, but wouldn't they love to beat a top team like France?
Well, Hanari doesn't look like he's...
Remember, both teams get a rest tomorrow. Tomorrow's our rest day.
Well, Corey Webster won't come out. There's the pass from Hertel. How many times we've seen this type of basketball from him? And Tilly goes for the slam and does the little fashionable dunk. The dunk of old when you couldn't dunk in those days.
Yeah.
You had to just drop it in the net.
We're showing our age now. Remember, Wilt Chamberlain used to have to...
I wasn't sure you remembered that age.
Oh, yeah, well, I was told about it. I wasn't around. Pressed by France.
Oh, my
Another
goodness.
turnover by France. They have a 2-on-2 here. And Illy with the foul.
Now, you tell me, boy, that's not unsportsmanlike. Well, going to get 2 shots anyway, I would think, because he threw it at the hoop. Yeah.
He's not in the act of shooting. There's no way Hertel's in the act of shooting here.
Don't
get me wrong, Hertel does the right thing, right? You know, when you hear the whistle, throw it up, but...
Well, that's not the act of shooting it.
No, he's not a... The contact is before, I think, anyway. Contact's on the dribble. You read that young lady's lips. Allez les bleus, let's go the Blues. Hertel with a chance to tie it up. He does.
Well, we haven't been tied for a long, long time. And now you need Webster off coming back in, I think, just to steady the ship here.
He gives you another experienced ball handler as well.
Well, Ty Webster's had everything going his own way this game. The French have been nonplussed in all areas. There's Webster coming back in. Ty Webster all of a sudden is feeling the heat from Hertel.
Yeah, especially on an offensive exchange here. Sideline out of bounds, sure ball, bring in your top scorer. Here comes the captain, too. Bukonna's going to come in for Robert Lowe.
I think in some ways you might have been right to bring him in at the timeout, but I don't think Hanari wanted to. I think that was him giving space up to the French.
Webster, Ty Webster on the wing here. Slides a pass into Isaac Fotu. Fotu backs down Tilly. Fotu powers it up, can't score. That's good positive play from New Zealanders. And right now, this crowd have shown their colors. This crowd is blue.
Yeah, too slow with the move there. Isaac Fotu let all the shot blockers gather.
Jay Labal's isolating Abercrombie in the post. There's a double team. Well, France gets some good fortune there. Ball ends up in the hands of Hertel. Shot clock at 5. Hertel's floater, no good. Tilly with the rebound. Kicks.
What a rebound.
Well, France take a leap out of New Zealand's book. They get an offensive rebound. Tilly!
Two benches quite opposite now, Liam. The French are up in arms. All of a sudden, they're all taking notice now, this bench. Come at the death of this game. The intensity from the French, Les Bleus, has just been outstanding.
You like him, Tilly. You mentioned Tilly in France's win over the Philippines. He provided 10 points off the bench, and he's given good minutes again tonight. France still with the press. Webster slips to Bukonna. Pass to Corey Webster in the corner. Rides the screen of Bukonna. Now Webster guarded closely by Pietrus. Into Bukonna with a mismatch. Webster picks up the loose ball. No good. France now showing all kinds of character. Hertel.
All of a sudden, those three-pointers were dropping. This French bench, everybody, none of these guys started the game.
Well, wasn't a foot. Numbers here. Webster slides it through the legs of Antoine Diot. Abercrombie kicks to Corey Webster. Webster lets fly. No good. The tip in by Ty Webster. No good. Fotu can't score. Oh, it's all happening here in Manila.
Crazy, crazy game.
Antoine Diot slows things down. We passed the midway mark of the third quarter.
And you got to bring Parker back in the game.
Well, this team, Hertel. Go! Hertel straight in. I'm not sure of it because this is a good vibe for France. Let them ride. They've got you back in it. They got you a lead of 6.
And the starters coming back in. Louvain, Diao. New Zealand needs some inspiration from somewhere.
They need a basket. Desperately need a basket through the Tall Blacks. Mukona trying to make something happen. And the shot clock runs out. Just to create the atmosphere here, it is very, very difficult to hear. The noise in this arena, really a factor on this possession.
Hats off to this 5 coming off here. There's the 3 from Hertel. That caps a great run. I think they were 10 down and they're 6 up, 16-0 turnaround. This fourth quarter, Liam, 20-4.
Yeah, and this is going to be a timeout here by Coach Hanari. He wants to try and settle his troops. He'll have 1 timeout left for the next 4-minute stretch. There's Coach Hanari.
Well, the last timeout was 52-50, so that didn't do much good. It was 8-0 from then.
There's your score in the fourth quarter. It's 20-4.
I think it was a 16-0 run here. I don't think they scored. I think it was 52-42. I'm trying to think. I think there was a 3-pointer from Corey Webster that put them 10 points up.
Well, the biggest scoring run of the French was 12 points. And fans, just to put things in perspective for you here,
C'est-à-dire qu'Antoine fait
sits a meter away. It is that loud here in this Mall of Asia arena.
tu vas dans le côté, l'autre extérieur là, c'est Tony qui le prend. D'accord? Allez, go. Ça c'est...
Corey Webster made a 2-point jump shot, Liam, to make it 50-38. So from 50-38, we've seen a 20-2 turnaround.
We have got 6,000 people here in the arena. It's not a capacity crowd by any stretch of the imagination, but they are making their presence known.
And here's Parker back in the game. Good choice here. 3 guards in for France.
Hertel, Dio, and Parker. Louvain back in. Here's the captain, Boris Diao. Spin move. Quality move by Diao.
That is just taking it. Night school has opened up all of a sudden here.
Any New Zealand fans, there's still plenty of time in this game for the Tall Blacks to get back in it. Backdoor cut. Webster reverse layup. No good. Fotu with the flush. Well, Isaac Fotu said we still got life.
Absolutely tough play from Isaac Fotu. This is Tony Parker time right now.
You call it TPT.
TPT, exactly right.
Pass inside the Dio. He lost the handle. Hertel right now running things for the Bleu. Louvain, thank you very much.
Oh, they're just running through the numbers here. Hertel gives up the foul strategically. I don't think they'll look at the tape tonight, New Zealand, to believe what's happened here. Hertel knows exactly what happens next. Fotu comes, Louvain wide open, and the big fella finds it a little easy all of a sudden.
Watch this follow-up by Isaac Fotu.
Yeah, nice.
He got
Really
fouled
good.
as well, maybe. Ty Webster wants a ball screen. Shot clock at 10. Who's going to set it? Isaac Fotu comes to offer himself. Webster trying to break down Louvain. 3 on the way. No good. Look at the steal by Mika Vukona.
Here's the problem. Seems like New Zealand knows all they've got is a 3-point shot.
Coach Hanari wipes a bead of sweat from his brow. Hertel to Dio. Dio to Diao. Louvain trying to get on the end of things. Boris Diao shots an air ball. Ty Webster comes up with the ball in the sea of bodies. Corey Webster, just inside the arc. Doesn't get any love from the rim. Parker slows things down to get the tempo right for France. Laverne from the free throw line. No good. Ty Webster, another rebound.
Just leaving the door open for the Kiwis here.
The 8th rebound for Ty Webster. Now this will send, I think it's team fouls on France, the 15th foul on France. What's the 4th?
Yeah. So sideline ball for the Kiwis. DeColo back in. Antoine Diel did a great job there. Part of that 5 that really got him back in. All credit to Thomas Hurtel. France don't often play a 3-guard 5, and they've got him out there right now.
Webster trying to shake free and find space. Now he's going to dribble drive at Laverne. Bring around to Rosie. And the shot drops. So 6 points the difference. France trying to get the tempo right. This is what you talked about earlier, partner. It's Tony Parker time. He's running the show now. Mid-range jumper. No good. Ty Webster with a little push on Geoffrey Laverne in the back. And this will send Laverne to the charity stripe.
Pick and roll, loosened up the defense. They had to switch. That meant Ty Webster was guarding Laverne. I think Fotu was closing out Parker's shot. That's half the danger of the pick and roll. Sometimes it creates those mismatches rebound-wise. He's done well to keep away that 4th foul till late in the game.
Geoffrey Laverne plays for the Denver Nuggets. Oh, that shot around and out. You know, Mick, when France were in the World Cup in 2014 in Spain, Parker didn't play, and so Antoine Diot and Thomas Hurtel were the guards, and they played very well collectively, led France to a bronze medal, and they played very well again tonight, those two guards.
You know, it would have been easy for Collet at 12 points down and go to Parker, but he stuck with Hurtel. Oh, Webster's got away with a push-off there. That won't please DeColo.
Corey Webster. With a bounce pass to Bukona, who wasn't expecting it. Abercrombie shot up the mark. Look at the hustle of Mika Bukona.
Yeah, they had a good look there. Great pump fake from Abercrombie. See the defense sailing through. Yanari wants the defense pushed up, maybe to look for a foul.
Minutes to play here. In New Zealand, Parker's in no hurry. He wants to take precious seconds off the clock. Hurtel, great pass to Laverne. What a block by Thomas Abercrombie, who says, "Mais no, mon ami." Oh, Thomas Abercrombie.
Well, Laverne goes up with this, thinking this is an easy flush. Look at this great pass from Hurtel. And Abercrombie as clean as you like.
Terrific timing.
Got the crowd interested, that's for sure.
Well, Geoffrey Laverne beat Thomas Abercrombie. DeColo, his shot no good. Now, New Zealand desperately need a basket. Will Webster go the distance? He's looking for someone to give it to. Here's his brother, Corey Webster. Good! New Zealand are not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. The 3 from Webster brings New Zealand to within 4 points. Has 21 points against one of the best teams in the world. Fantastic effort from him.
And back-to-back 20-point nights, too.
For France, Jay Lebal led in scoring. Jay Lebal leads the French in scoring. He has 11. And Kim Tilley with 10. They provided a spark off the bench.
All right, you're very good, son. You're looking at the trap and steal out of that. You don't get the steal, you foul. All right, you get the foul there.
Looking for a steal first. It's going to be tough to trap in half-court set. There's the block from Abercrombie. Outstanding work.
And that's great refereeing, too, because how many times as a ref do they see something inside, and 9 times out of 10 it's a foul, but terrific patience by the referee to let that play develop. So, 2-possession game, 4 points the difference. Each team has a timeout left. New Zealand looking for a quick steal, turnover. If not, they're going to foul. That's up in the air for anybody to get. Who touched it last? That was a hospital pass by Thomas Hurtel. Sends Van Sandkole to the hospital with a heart attack. Kona having a little word with the French coaching staff. Boris Diaw, he's in a trap. Don't foul now. I'm not sure about this, but...
Well, they needed it really because the ball went out top to Hurtel. They were in no better position when the pass came out. So they'll probably take it.
So Vukona fouls out. Flo will come in to spell him. Mick, just to put this in context, that's the captain of the team, Mika Vukona, who's heading off. And I spoke to him at the end of their shoot-around today, and I said, look, when Coach Shinari sits down, he tries to pick 12 guys. How many professional athletes does he have to choose from? I said 100. He says no, much less, maybe 30 or 40 professional athletes to choose 12 from, and they're playing against the 5th-ranked team in the world with many players who play in the NBA.
Yeah, they make the most of their talent, no doubt about that. They're going to have to make the most of it now. They're going to come back and win this one. They need to move quickly here.
The Webster's exchange it. Fotu. Corey Webster needs to get it up quick. Oh, pass inside the Fotu. It was a terrific pass, but Fotu just dropped it. And with that,
ex-rugby player Isaac Fotu. Called a knock-on, isn't it? Unfortunately, wide open for a layup, but he's shaking his head in disbelief.
Tony Parker, former NBA champion with the San Antonio Spurs. It is a terrific pass. Fotu just made that critical error. He tried to do something before he caught it. Parker misses the first free throw. Right now it's a 2-possession game. Parker makes this, it becomes a 3-possession game, and effectively he can kill it off. New Zealand have a timeout left. Coach Shinari, is he going to take it? No, he's going to keep it in his pocket. Webster, Ty Webster, that's no good. DeColo with the rebound. And we have been entertained to a magical basketball game here in this encounter between New Zealand and France. There's your final score on game day 3 here in Manila. France beat New Zealand by a score of 66-59 in the 2016 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament.
Well, what a spectacle. Great game. New Zealand really blew it 50-38 up at one time. I make that a 28-9 turnaround in the last 10 minutes of the game, 9 minutes if you want. What a performance from France to pull it out. They made 3 3-pointers in the end, 3 of 17, not great. New Zealand out-rebounded France by a clear 11 rebounds, assists about equal, and steals for France were crucial, I think, in that fourth quarter as the defense just stepped up an extra notch. Tony Parker, as always, is loved in this part of the world, and the French will move on, and they will face Turkey.
So France will play Turkey, and New Zealand will play Canada. Tomorrow's a rest day, so join us the day after. Here in Manila, you look at Corey Webster with 21 points, Vukona 12 rebounds. Jay Labal paces the French with 11 points. There's Nicolas Batum, who we should see in the semifinals for France. Batum didn't go through the preparation period with Les Bleus. He's looking at the French fans
the
over
ante
here.
a bit, won't it?
Yeah,
I mean, France came in as favorites, and I don't see anybody else really pushing them. I expect these two teams to be in the final on Sunday. New Zealand, they'll love them. They're going to work hard. They're going to come back from this loss. And behind the two Webster boys, they're going to be tough.
You'll have to watch to see if my partner's words are true. Will New Zealand and France meet in the final of this qualifying tournament? Remember, whoever wins this books passage to Rio. The Kiwis have been on the road for 6 weeks. They want to extend their sojourn and make their way to Rio. From me, Liam County, on behalf of my partner, Mick Bett, we're saying goodbye from Manila. Thanks for joining and watching the 2016 FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament.